What's up, world? It's your boy, Shaughnessy Haynes, Mr. Wags, aka When a Gentleman Speaks. And today I want to take a different approach and talk to you guys a little bit about the injustice and the inhumane situation that's going on in Brunswick, Georgia right now. As I know most of you probably have heard by now about the senseless and unjust killing of Ahmaud Arbery. Just a little backstory before we dig a little bit deeper into it. On February 23rd, 2020, Ahmaud Arbery decided to go out one morning and take a job. According to reports, Ahmaud was jogging in a neighborhood not too far from where he lived. The neighborhood was a few blocks over, but supposedly people of color normally don't go through these neighborhoods. Now, this is 2020, and I just want to repeat that the report said that people of color usually don't go through this neighborhood. So anyway, Ahmaud decided to go out for a jog this morning. So reports stated that two white men, one that's a retired district attorney, sheriff's deputy, or whatever his position may have been in the past, and his son got suspicion that Ahmaud had broken into some houses in that neighborhood. And they were calling themselves trying to make a citizen's arrest on Ahmaud. So the video has recently surfaced. And in that video, if you watched it and paid attention to it, it shows how Ahmaud was just casually jogging, going about his business, trying to ignore these two gentlemen. These two gentlemen not only boxed him in, but they provoked the entire situation. You can see on the video when Ahmaud tries to run around the truck and one of the guys get off the truck and they approaches him with a shotgun. This gentleman and Ahmaud begins to fight at this point and tussle over the gun. You can hear the first shot go off and then they continue to tussle. They kind of go off camera, but you hear another gunshot. And then they come back into the camera's view again. And then you hear the third gunshot. And that's when you see Ahmaud tumble to the ground and he fall. And the video cuts off from there. According to the reports, the video surfaced because of the third person, which is a guy named Brian Williams, who took the video, who was also involved in the entire situation. He was the one that supposedly was supposed to have been following the two older gentlemen to pretty much help them capture Ahmaud. They were calling themselves making a citizen's arrest. Now, granted, nobody had any proof that Ahmaud had broken into any house, stolen anything, or any of that. These guys was going off assumptions and suspicion because they seen a black man jogging, pretty much running in their neighborhood. So they decided to take another black man's life without any kind of reasons to do so. It was an unjust situation and it has to stop. It has to change. And the purpose of me making this video tonight is to talk about that situation, not only because I'm a father. I have a son that's 14, about to turn 15 this year. And I have a toddler that's 21 months old that turns 2 in August. And the reason I want to talk about this tonight is not necessarily about the killing of black men, which that is mainly the topic, because it has been happening in so much, not even just black men, but black people, police officers, regular citizens just taking the law into their own hands, and they're taking the lives of black people. And they're not being prosecuted for it. They're not being put in jail for it. They're not even being held accountable whatsoever for these situations. Too often, too many times over the last few years, all you see is every other month in the news is how somebody, police officer mainly, or another person that's outside of the African-American race, or just going up to black people, picking fights with them, picking arguments with them so they can have a reason to murder them. and nothing is happening to them. But the purpose of my video tonight is to call out all non-people of color. A little backstory of myself. I'm originally from Springfield, Louisiana, very small town. I'm proud of my town, though. We have a lot of accomplishments down there to say that we're a small town. But my school, my high school, was majority white. Very small school. We had about 300 students in total. Out of those 300 students, maybe 50 people was black. But that wasn't the issue, because for the most part is that we all got along with each other. We joked, we had fun. You went to school with the same people from kindergarten all the way up to the year that you graduated. And you got to know these people kind of like family. It didn't matter what the race was. And somebody like me and every other black person from Springfield, we didn't grow up seeing race because we saw people different than us our entire life. We were used to it. And granted, it's a small town in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. If anybody knows anything about Livingston Parish, Louisiana, they know it's probably one of the top 3 racist parishes in the state of Louisiana. And the problem that we're having is that coming from a small town like that, I know a lot of white people. I'm friends with a lot of white people. It's a lot of white people I consider my brothers, my sisters, very close friends. I have white people that I have had in-depth conversations with, I have done business with, I have done partnerships with, and so forth. And for me, that would never change because my parents did not raise me to have a racist bone in my body. My parents raised me to have respect for everybody, regardless of their race, their national origin, their background, their sexuality, their religion, or anything. I don't discriminate against anybody. And it really doesn't matter how many white people kill black people. I would never hate white people because I know that there are some genuinely good white people in this world. And I've met plenty of them. I mingle with plenty of them, and I still have love for a lot of them. But my video tonight is to talk to those people, the people that are not of the African American race. And this goes to Caucasians, this goes to Hispanics, this goes to Latinos, this goes to Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Asians, any nationality outside of the African American race. Because what I'm tired of seeing is every single time something happens, and it happens in the media, black people are always the quickest ones to come out and take up and speak out on what the situation is, the injustices that's going on. If a little white boy is in the 3rd grade and he's being bullied, and his mom posts a video of him crying and him being bullied and she don't know what to do, read the comments. In the comments, you're going to see a lot of African Americans in the comments sticking up saying, I'm praying for you. This is what I would do. You need to call the school board, giving advice like they're all in, trying to help and trying to figure out a solution on what they can do to help the situation, to help mend the situation, to help bring peace back to their family. In the news, ever since Trump took over as president, you're hearing about all of the Mexican kids at the borders being separated from their parents. They're being put in cages like animals. You see black people speaking up a lot about that, talking about how this is wrong, how this is unjust. They're not animals. They're human beings. You see all of that. We're the first ones to the battlefield every single time to take up for another race when they're not being treated right. We don't see color. We don't care if you're white, you're Asian, you're Hispanic, you're Mexican. We don't care about that. If it's wrong, you're going to see us and hear us speaking out about it. We're going to do our part in making sure it's change being taking place. or some action is being put forth. And the reason we're like that is because we sit back and we witness the injustices that happen so much to our people on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. So how can we not have the sympathy for another race when they're going through something? But when it's time for us to get that sympathy back, the world goes silent. Every single week, every other week, you're seeing something in the news about how a black man or woman has been shot dead for absolutely no reason. But what do non-people of color do? Just read some of the comments in the news articles that's being posted. They're making excuses for it. They're justifying it. Oh, well, he had a lengthy criminal history. What the hell does that have to do with why he got shot today? If this man was walking in a store to buy himself a drink or to go pay for gas or to buy a loaf of bread, and a police officer just walks up to him, starts a fight with him and shoots him and kills him, what the hell does it have to do about his criminal record from 5, 10, 15 years ago? You're making excuses because you're proud of another black man being gone. If a black woman is being harassed by a white citizen or anybody, then what you see non-blacks justifying it. Oh, well, she had an attitude. Oh, well, she should have just listened. You got to be quiet and just listen. Why do we have to be quiet and just listen? We watch videos and see things all the time in the media about how a non-black be approached by a cop or anybody else and they're arguing in the streets. The police, they have a gun on them, loaded. Police taking their time, taking them down, wrestling with them. If this was a black person, they would have been shot dead in 1.3 seconds. And we all know that. What I need for my Caucasian people most specifically, because let's just be honest, y'all are the most privileged and you have the most power to get things changed in this country. Don't continue to say that this is the land of the free when my people aren't free. We shouldn't be shot down and killed by walking inside of a store just to get some goods and some needs that we need. It shouldn't happen. So when you're saying that, oh, well, he caused for it to happen, or he should have just laid there, or he got a past criminal history, you're justifying it. That's what you're doing. You're justifying it. And it's sickening and it needs to stop. I need you to use your privilege to combat the injustices that's happening in this country to black men and women. Because when the injustices start happening to us, the world goes silent. Nobody speaks out about it. And if they do speak out about it, they put out one statement and that's it. And to the white people who do speak out and speak out frequently about the injustices and is on the battlefield and on the front line, hoping to combat this change, I applaud you and I definitely appreciate you. You're the ones who are going against the grain and saying that we need to make change happen. You are the people that set the foundation to help get the necessary change made. But it's still too many people out here that are silent, and it's very disappointing. Anytime a citizen, no matter what color they are, shoots and kills a police officer, I see these same white people speaking out about it. Oh my God, praying for the family. I don't know why they would do this piece of shit and all type of stuff that they call this person that kills this cop. But when the roles are reversed and this cops kills this black man, and now you taking this black man away from his family, from his kids. Now you got kids growing up without a father, a wife without a husband, a mother without a son, a brother or sister without a sibling. This man or woman was something to someone, And now this person is gone because of a coward. And you sit back and you be silent and you don't say anything. You don't speak out about it publicly. You don't sign a petition. You don't do anything. And I really challenge all of my Caucasian friends, people I know. I don't care if you're coworkers, my Facebook followers, my Instagram followers, whatever you are. If your nationality or your race is non-Black, non-African American, I need you to start speaking out more. I need you to put a foot first towards this combat of stopping this injustice in this country. 90% of our politicians are white. 90% of our lawmakers are white. So in order to get this change made, we need the everyday citizen to use their privilege to speak out more and to help be on the front line in these protests, in these petition signings, in these GoFundMe accounts, or whatever the situation is. In the media outlets, when the media come and interview, we want to see white faces in the camera speaking out about these injustices. We don't want to see the closeted racism that we see all the time hitting into the comment section of the news articles that's posted on Facebook. Scroll down those news articles. I guarantee you're going to see your teachers, you're going to see your principals, you're going to see your co-workers, and you're going to see your friends, your supposedly friends in those comments expressing their opinions. And they're going to all be negative. They're going to all be borderline racist comments. And it's sickening and it's tiring. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. I want to repeat this so everybody can understand this. If you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Because in any situation of injustice, it's easily known that you should pick the side of the person that the injustice is happening to. If you know it's not right, you need to speak up on it. You need to join the battlefield in saying this has to change. It's 2020. When are we going to combat this change and end this racism? I'm not naive to the fact. I'm a very intelligent, educated Black man. And I get it. Racism is probably something that never will end. But I guarantee you, we could dim this fire some if more white people come to the front lines and speak out on situations like this so we can stop this. Gregory and Travis McMichael are murderers. They should be in jail. The whole problem that I have with this situation right now is that Ahmaud was killed on February 23rd of 2020. Today is May 6th, and these guys are still sleeping in their beds at night. They have not been arrested. They have not went to a grand jury yet, prosecuted, or anything. They're still at home. Now that the video is out and circulating social media, and now that so many people are putting fire under the DA's ass, now they want to try to start to get the ball rolling. But why should we have to do all of that? These guys are clear murderers. I don't give a shit about their background in retail. I'm sorry. That's my profession, so I'm thinking my profession. But I don't give a shit about their background in law enforcement. It doesn't matter that they've been in law enforcement before. It doesn't matter that they put 30 years in. You murdered a guy who was just jogging down the street, minding his business, trying to exercise. From my understanding, Ahmaud was a star high school football athlete in Georgia. Everybody knows football is king in Georgia. It's the South. High school football is king in the South, period. So if anything, he should be praised for putting in the work and the time to be better. Bringing that school district money in to help benefit the school, the community, the kids that go to it. The money that that star athlete may bring into that school will ultimately benefit every student at that school. That means black, white, Mexican, Hispanic, no matter what race they are. So instead of him being celebrated for putting in the work to get better, he's shot down in blood. And now we're 3-4 months down the line and nothing has happened yet. You don't have no charges brought up against these guys. And you don't have none of the people using their privilege and their platform to speak out about it. It's sickening and it's disheartening. And to all of my white friends who remain quiet on this situation, I have to tell you how disappointed I am. Very disappointed. If you're in positions where you feel like you can't come on and speak about political issues like this, I understand. But at the end of the day, you have to still be vocal. You still have to take that chance sometimes and say, you know what? This may cost me something down the line, but I can't sit back and watch this anymore. Because my people, that's what we're going to do. We're going to always stick our neck out for other people. But when it comes for somebody sticking their neck out for us, the world goes silent. I want you to take a side. Right is right and wrong is wrong. There's no more being neutral. We have to stop being neutral in these situations. You know that right is right and wrong is wrong. So why are we not speaking out on these issues? Why are y'all not coming to the front line helping us to combat these issues of injustice? Why are we not, as a collective unit, black people, white people, Hispanics, why are we not as a collective unit coming together to hold these dirty cops and crooked cops accountable? And these crooked politicians and lawmakers, the ones that's sitting back behind the desk and letting these murderers go scot-free. Why are we not coming together, holding them accountable? You know why? Because it's not happening to you or your family. In many people's eyes, it's just another black person dead. Who cares? And even if you're not racist, that's your attitude. And it's hurtful. Because at the end of the day, my people, we don't look at it like that. We don't look at it, well, it's just another white person dead. No, we sympathize. We come to the front line to combat injustices with you guys. When people was dying of COVID-19 and the nurse in New York committed suicide because she had seen so much, we were the first ones coming out was like, oh my God, praying for her family. People, please seek mental health treatment. All of this. We're the first ones to the front line to be ready to combat issues. But when it's our opportunity to get that same love and respect back, we never can get that. I want everybody to know tonight that what's going on in Brunswick, Georgia right now is hurtful. This is another black man that has been shot down and killed by white people for absolutely no reason. And I need everybody. And I hope this message really translates to my non-black friends, because I'm really counting on you guys through this situation. But I really need everybody to come to the forefront right now. Type in the hashtag Justice for Ahmaud or hashtag Run with Mob. Go to runwithmod, and that's MAUD.com, runwithmod.com. Make sure you sign the petition. We have to get these guys brought to justice. If you can, make sure you make a donation to the GoFundMe that they have set up. That's for the legal expenses to help take care of the situation. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a drawn out situation, so that I'm pretty sure they can use all of the funds and financial help that they can get. And I also want you to call 770-800-0689 and follow the prompts on the phone whenever they answer. So I'm going to walk you through the entire situation on how we can get these guys brought to justice. I need everybody to do their part. And to my non-black friends, I really need you guys to step up. We need you more than ever in times like this. It's time, no more being silent. That time is over. Stop being neutral. Step up to the plate and stand for something. Stop relying on Black people to have your back if you know that you can't have their back. I love you guys, and I really hope this message resonates with a lot of you.